I want to talk to George and Jean. We've got a residential mortgage lender today, and we have a commercial mortgage lender today. And part of the reason I had them both on today was to talk about the differences between qualifying and getting a commercial loan versus getting a residential loan. And I think you guys could both say they're dramatically different.
Yes. When you're applying for a residential loan, we're basically going to look at your credit, your income, and your assets. We want your debt to income ratios to be in line where you can afford the property. And we're also going to have the appraisal come in, and we're going to make sure that the appraisal meets Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac guidelines, whatever program we need.
And on the same token, on the residential side of it, the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac is important because those mortgages are being backed by them, so they have to fit their box. And on the commercial side, there's no Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac box to fit into.
No, it seems like, Andrew, there's a lot less boxes to check on the commercial side. Jerry Kyle, our CEO, took me aside one time when I first started working for the bank and said, Gene, find that person or persons that you want to bring into the bank, and we'll find a way to get them in here. And what he meant was, it's not specific to any project, specific to any boxes you have to check. It's the person, it's the relationship. For a commercial lending bank, you have to build that relationship probably some time before you bring that first project there.
And I think it's awesome because you guys came, you guys did the financing on the building, and obviously we've announced our move before, but I'll announce it again. We're moving this coming weekend. Our new address is going to be 6320 South Del Mabry Highway, about a block outside of MacDill Air Force Base, and we're moving our office to that location. I think the first day of operation will be October 13th, but the move is kind of underway this week. And you guys did, and it was very similar to what you exactly said. Before we even talked about financing my project and my building, we met. We went to lunch. We talked about some different ideas. So it really was about the relationship, which I think is cool. And I think that side of it from a commercial bank is important for anyone out there dabbling in commercial real estate. I can speak to you guys did an awesome job for us. Great competitive rates and but I think that's one thing people don't realize on the commercial side of it. You don't have as rigid. It's really more of a we can make a decision if we like what we're dealing with here.
Correct, Andrew. It's the full credit underwriting that we do. Like I said, it's not a whole bunch of boxes to check. We do a full, complete credit underwriting. It has to do with all the financials. It has to do with the background of the folks. It has to do with their history, their experience, and we take that moving forward, right through the deal and tell the whole story. That's what I write. I write 20 pages to get an approval, and we tell the whole story, and that's what gets you through committee.
And I think committee, just so our listeners out there can understand it, committee is basically a group of, the board, a group of advisors at Platinum Bank that sit down and say, here's the case. Are we okay with this applicant? Are we okay loaning money to these people? And that's how the decision is made. Versus in the residential world, it's more of a computer saying, or sometimes an underwriter looking at it, but credit scores here, income needs to be here, this needs to be here. You guys, it's more of a hybrid. Hey, look, we can make a decision. The income, maybe the income's off 5%, but we like this, and this is a good for this reason, and that sort of thing.
I think it's neat too because it is local decision makers. These
Right.
are folks right here in our community that may know folks, know the business, know the local industry, and go, this really makes sense for us to do this loan. Let's do this.
Right, and they get to see things, from a commercial lender standpoint, they get to see things that a person sitting in Atlanta, Georgia doesn't get to see. Like my building, for example, you guys coming out and looking at it, you could see the risk involved versus the reward, and the risk being minimal, but also the location. Hey, look, they're going to get drive-by traffic. They're going to get military. Look at how nice this lot is. Look at all the parking. I mean, they get to see that stuff that somebody sitting in Atlanta, Georgia doesn't get to see. So we're going to continue the conversation with George Gonzalez from FBC Home Loans, Gene Snyder from Platinum Bank, and Aaron Davis from Hillsborough Title after a quick break here on the Duncan Duo Show.